Hi everyone. We are live, we are live, we are live. Yes. Hello everyone. We are live, we're live. Let's reach out to our friends, let's reach out to colleagues, let's reach out to Mr. Yinka. I will add you in once after my introduction. So you join me. So I want everyone to join. Welcome, Kenny. Welcome to our live section. Please, let's invite our friends. Let's invite our colleagues. We have a very interesting topic today. So let's just give others few minutes to join in. Then we begin. Welcome, everyone. Favi, I see you. Welcome. Please, let's reach out to our friends and colleagues. We'll be starting shortly. I just want to have a handful of audience. Then we begin. Welcome. I'm very excited about this live section because it's our first one and we have a very, very interesting topic to discuss today. So it's very, very interesting. Let's wait for others to join in. Okay. We'll begin very soon. Okay, so I think we'll start now so that others will we just have about 30 minutes to do this. Lovette, I see you. Welcome. Please, let's reach out to our friends. Let's reach out to our colleagues. We are about to start now. Okay, so like we know already, we have a very interesting, today is packed. We have a very interesting discourse. And the topic says increasing car theft cases in Nigeria. What is the way forward? And today also doubles as we're going to be awarding the winners for the Nova Crusade. We're going to be awarding them their prizes in this live section. So please, no one should miss today for any reason. Okay, so we're going to start immediately. So to introduce the discourse for today, we know that there are so much reports about stolen cars in Nigeria. In fact, I was going through a recent statistics and they said the statistic is awful. In fact, there is no number. They just gave a percentage of around 66% of car robberies and car theft in Nigeria at the moment. And we know that we're about to enter the festive season and these numbers will increase. So it's very important that we who are car owners, we who intend to buy that very amazing car, we know what to do. We know how to protect ourselves from this overwhelming situation. In fact, while preparing for this section, I came across a recent update in the city of Enugu. They said that the cases of car theft has increased so much that the residents of Enugu has to, for every time they go to bed, they will remove their car batteries. They would literally take out their car batteries and put it beside their beds. So that is how bad the situation is. But even with this, they said about two cases when the man, I've forgotten his name, but he's into politics, a member of APC. They said he woke up the next morning and his car is no longer where he parked it. So these robbers go around with car batteries just to steal this car. So the situation is very overwhelming. And with me today, I have an expert in the house who will be joining me shortly. So I'm not going to do this. I am as worried as every other person who is on this live section now. But what's the way forward? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Daniel.
Good afternoon. I'm excited that you made yourself available to join us today. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, bro. It's a privilege to be here too.
Okay, sir. So briefly, everyone, Oh, I invite with me on this live section. I have Mr. Olu Kanim Obel Olainka. He's a sales professional with cross-sectional experience ranging from agriculture inputs, fashion sales, entertainment, and he's currently in the IT industry. He's a graduate of the prestigious University of Ibadan. His journey into IT sales with Concept Nova was a result of his belief that sales process across sector remains the same. And with this, he's excelling as the current head of sales with the Concept Nova, moving from the corporate sales executive cadre to the head of sales department. Mr. Olainka is married and blessed with a daughter and believes that all men must motivate themselves to excellence in all endeavor. He's committed to God, humility, and family. We are glad to have you, Mr. Olainka. Welcome to this live section.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the introduction. Thank you. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to be sure. I want to be sure that I have people following me. If you're in this live section and you're following us, let me see a reaction. Wave. Let me see reactions. I want to be sure that I'm not alone here. I want to be sure that I have people following me. So for Nate, welcome. Good afternoon. There are a lot of people in this live section. Welcome. So we are going to go straight. We do not want to waste time on this section. So the first question we have from Mr. Olainka is, what are the major causes of car theft in Nigeria? Like I said during my introduction, the statistics is always scary. It's in fact stories that I was going through Naira land and somebody said the best thing is just to go and buy one kabu and be driving. That way robbers will be afraid of you. So someone said that on Naira land. So okay.
Even at that, the thing about theft is the fact that the thief has nothing to lose. Even if the car costs 10,000 naira, it's still you that you're at loss. So it's on us as car owners or possibly the one who has the asset to do all possible to make sure that your vehicle is in order. We saw videos and we have many records of vehicles that are not even tokumbos, that are not even top notch, cars that could be sold for 250. The problem is a thief has nothing to lose, just as I said. Even if he sells the car that worth 1.5, we've seen a case of a car, a Jeep of about 15 million naira worth being sold for 500,000 because it was stolen by the security man of the owner. So that is the case. Theft in Nigeria, let me start with that, and the world all over, especially car theft, is as a result of the increasing crime situation. And increasing crime situation is just an offshoot of the economic woes that we have around. So the number one issue is we have a lot of unemployment. Between you and I, we know the unemployment rate in Nigeria are consistently being on the increase. And so we have young men, young blood that will have exerted their energy onto something productive. And so because they are unemployed and then they need to also still keep afloat in this economy that is, even for those that have one or two jobs, they are still complaining how much more those are unemployed. That's the number one. Number two is the fact that we are already having a decayed moral system in our society. When we were younger, and even before we were born, we heard stories of when people will keep their wares in the market and then put some certain monetary value to it. If I'm picking 3 oranges, that is for this particular cost. But today, even when you put the oranges or whatever inside a store, you lock up the store and you put one of our products, we call it cargo safe, that we even give you information when there is a forceful entry to be done. There are still ways that people have gone so deep at making sure that when they want to steal, they will go about it. That's another thing. And I think another issue is the poor state of the Nigeria security sector. The point is, we have the police, and you made a salient point earlier in the course of this discourse. We don't even have the record. There is no record of the theft of cars in Nigeria. We don't have a good record. And the issue is this. You go to the police, you told them your car that worth 1.5, 3 million was stolen. The first thing they will tell you is, okay, bring 50,000 for you to make a statement.
Can you
And
imagine?
at the end of the day, you will spend and keep on spending. I'm not undermining the work of the military and not even the police. They are doing well to a large extent. But there is still a need for them to also be abreast with technology to be able to also have the way forward at doing things. The other thing about the increasing case of the car theft in Nigeria is our state of insecurity. If you want to kidnap someone and you have him in his car, there's a possibility of you will go along with his car. And so we have insecurity in place. We have more robbery going on. We have kidnapping going on. Even when you're inside traffic hold up, you won't be at ease, because we've had cases of people driving in the traffic jam and then someone eats and breaks the glass. For us, technology, I keep on saying technology is key. If such a vehicle had been powered by what we call the C Protect for us, C Protect is a anti-glass shatter system, they won't be able to have access. That's the first point. But because of all these cases, the unemployment, insecurity, a very terrible economic situation, social decay that we have in our society, and the security parastatals that are not up to par. So these are some of these situations, and much more the fact that they also have a market. I think that should be much considered. I went through some data, and I got to know that Nigeria is one of the main key countries where stolen vehicles are easily sold.
Yes,
in fact, if you're not buying from someone that is maybe just a young man that posts on GG, sorry to mention such brands, wonderful place to buy things on other places. But even if you go to car lot, I assure you that there are so many individuals that they mix stolen vehicles with the ones that they imported through the right channel. And that aside, do you imagine that people will steal vehicles and sell the parts in the car? So the next
yes, sir.
So the market is available, and even those that we buy, they are much more available. The economic situation also, a part that you will be buying for 150,000, if you see someone telling you, oh, I have a near Tokumbo, that's what they call it, for 50,000, and you yourself, you've already been imagining how you can keep some thousands in your account. So these are some of the major reasons and issues why there is an increasing theft. And there is a very good one that you also mentioned in the mail that was broadcasted. The fact that we are even going to the festive season, there will be more theft of cars,
yes,
no doubt.
True.
Thank you, Daniel.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Like your answers were so insightful. In fact, I am tempted to even ask more questions than what I came with, but I would not allow myself to be tempted. I'll stick to what we are. But there's something very major that you mentioned, which is you said, and I also said, we really do not have statistics, the right statistics in Nigeria. And it almost feels like we do not have, our security agency are not doing the right thing. So I want to ask, you kind of mentioned it, but I want us to be more deliberate on it. It says, the next question says, how can our security agency become more equipped to tackle this issue? Because it's supposed to be a safe place. I'm wondering why somebody will be in traffic and there are a lot of cars in traffic, and robbers will come, rob the person and go. Nothing will happen. So how can a security agency become more equipped so we can have the right data and we're able to curb this situation?
Okay, so thank you, bro, for this question. This issue of car theft is not only on Nigeria. I went through some data, and I got to know that there is one city in New Mexico that have been the one with the highest, Abakiki or something, that's the name of that city in New Mexico. But at the point in time, Bakersfield in California are taking over. So Bakersfield in California had consistently been the city with the highest car theft up till this moment, since the year 2018. And so the point is, they also have the California Police Department, but the point is, there is a need to be abreast of the ways. Okay, so one of the ways to catch a thief there's an adage in my place. They said to catch monkey, you have to act like one.
Yeah.
So one of the ways to be able to catch a thief is for you to also be abreast of their style and their ways of doing things. Number one, we have also been talking about the ways to the reasons for the theft. If we are able to have a good economy, there will be reduced crime. But in the best of economies, there will still be minds that are perverse that will want to go into theft and not want to even work. And so car theft cannot be helped. In fact, if we have the best of GDPs, if we have the best of economy working, and now we've gotten to a place in our country where you and I must be our own security agent.
Yes.
I must be my own police. I must be my own soldier. A man must be the security agent of his own house. And that is the essence of the fact that you and I must be abreast with technologies that we give us 5 steps ahead of those that are waiting to steal from us. You told of some cities in Nigeria that whenever they go to sleep, they must remove their car battery. That will not stop the thief. They're already coming with their own batteries. There are some other places they are not, you another place. You bought a car of 450,000 naira. Let's assume you can even get that in this time. If you insure such a car with what we call the Ticon tracking solution at 50,000 naira, wouldn't you be at a better edge if you were able to know, oh, my car is there at this particular time, or if the car is stolen, you can stop it while the man or the woman or whoever does the stealing is on his way to where he's stealing it. Or you even leave him, go with the vehicle, and in the next few hours, you're able to go on Google. You will get the picture and the location of that same vehicle with our Ticon Basic. So that is the number one way, by getting technology to work for us. We have this in some other parts of the world where when you are getting a vehicle, you are already given the point of, oh, you need to get this vehicle insured with a tracker. Install a tracker in it. It's one of the criteria. So if we get to that level, and we also teach our security personnel how to collaborate and work with such.
I think we lost Mr. Inga there. The network. Let's just wait for it to come back.
Hold ups. We have seen cabin jacked in the hold up. The thief or the carjackers come around, break the driver's side glass, and then pulls down the driver. You can't be struggling for a car when you're struggling for your life. And so if such a vehicle has the C Protect installed, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, thank you. Yes. So if the vehicle has the C Protect installed, that is protecting your glass against entry to someone you don't want access to, and also you all have the tracker in your vehicle, you are your own security. And so if there is a theft, you will be rest assured your vehicle will be brought back. After this session, for those that are not staff of Concept Nova, just go on our YouTube channel. You'll see some of the testimonials and testimonies of how vehicles have been retrieved from those that thought they had stolen it. So with these solutions that we have, you and I as a Nigerian, we must be the security for ourselves and our families. And this technology is the best way ever. We've seen cases just a few weeks back. We have one of the top politicians in one of the states. I won't mention his name or the personnel involved. Some of his staff were killed. He escaped with his life. His vehicle was damaged. He was shot. So the point is, this kind of situation we found ourselves, we just have to be abreast when it comes to security technology. Thank you, Daniel. I think that should be a brief answer, if I am able to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But one very important point you mentioned, you are your own security. Those out there, please, you are your own security. Don't wait for police, because I've had situations that police run away. They are the first to run away. They want to save their life first. So please, we have C Protect to protect your glass windows, because that's one very easy entry for them. And we also have our Ticon Basic tracker, our Ticon tracker. This will really help you. So you can reach out to us after this section, we have all your the tech solution. The truth is, these robbers are becoming smarter every day. They are using technology. They have their master key. So we should be 2 steps ahead of them. I feel like that's just a summary. As they are finding new ways, we should find newer ways to protect ourselves. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Mr. Lainka. So the next question I'm going to ask is that we've mentioned that people have tried to remove batteries from their cars, it's not working. People have tried to put sound alarm, it's not working. So what are some common cautionary measures that we could take? So I know you've mentioned them, probably you can be more emphatic, because like I said, these robbers, they are trying new, considering all these new ways. New, in fact, sometimes you will go and see your vehicle has been vandalized, no side mirror, not everything has been removed. So what are some common cautionary measures that we could take?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, bro. That question, I relocated to a certain location in this same Lagos, and the first thing my landlord told me was the fact that, bro, don't ever park your car outside. So he told me that if you will park the car, make sure you have bought some parts that you will use the next day. It's that bad. So the first thing to do is make sure you are aware of your environment. It's one of the key things to do. So in the new place I am now, we have our estate is like a gated estate. I mean, it has gates to it. Exit and entry is well monitored and managed. And also, you know, I did some study in the course of preparing for this course today. There are specific vehicles that are prone to being stolen. In Nigeria, that today, if 100 vehicles are stolen within 1 week, Toyota Camry will come at top.
Wow.
And aside Toyota Camry, that is from research, Toyota brands are the most stolen vehicles, followed by Honda. And the essence is the fact that these are vehicles that have much second-hand value.
Yeah.
So are we going to stop buying these vehicles because we are looking at will my vehicles be stolen? So the number one point is know your environment, and the number one, the second point, just as I said, is know that it can happen to anybody. There was a video that trended some weeks or some months back. The guy came out in the morning and he kept saying, "Is this my car? Is this my car?" It was a yellow Toyota brand. I think you saw, many people saw the video. He was so amazed that they stole all the lights. They stole all the parts that could be touched. They broke the glass and did all sorts. So the number one thing is be security conscious. After the fact that you've known your environment, be security conscious. Get the alarms on the vehicle. The cost of incurring this technology is far cheaper to changing your vehicle. You know? Yes. So you must be abreast of your environment. Number two, be security conscious. And number three, employ technology to do what you wouldn't be doing for yourself. I said it earlier, you can sleep and sleep well. There are some persons, the moment they got a car, their sleep become reduced. Why? When they hear an alarm by 1 a.m., some men that wouldn't jump off from the bed when they are priced by 1 a.m., when they hear the alarm that sounds like their cars, they jump out. And so that is also risky to life. Yeah. So just be abreast of the security situation of your environment. There are some areas you can't even park your vehicle in that location. Even when you park your vehicle, make sure that there is an eye on it during the day. How much more in the night? So we have already seen that we are in a very big situation in Nigeria as a country because of the economic situation, increase in crime. And then you have people that wouldn't want to work and then have all the luxuries that those that are putting in all the efforts are having. And so target vehicles. If you and I are drivers or owners of such vehicles, we must also be careful. You made mention of the fact that someone was saying, oh, for him to avert his vehicle being stolen, he will use a certain level of damaged vehicles. Even at that, be conscious of your environment, be security conscious, and then let technology do the work for you. These are most of the precautionary measures to the vehicle. And make sure that your keys are intact with you most times. Keep it where you know it's okay and not accessible to almost everybody. But at that, these guys have automatic, what do they call it now? They have some keys that can work on various vehicles. Yes. They have some technologies to also make your vehicle start up when they are not with the keys. So, but the point is, be careful, and then let's do our own part. And after you've done all, if it still happens, then be assured that technology will bring back your vehicle, just as we have for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Just a quick recap. Please know your environment.
Sure.
Secondly, be your own security. The third one, I
Sure.
forgot the what's the third one you
Technology.
mentioned?
Let
Let
technology do the
technology
work
work
for you.
for you. Let technology work for you. Thank you so much, sir. So
You're
we
most
have two more
welcome.
questions that I will match them. I will match the two questions to be
Okay,
one.
no problems.
So in these days with the cases of delivery, Uber and the West, we have a lot of third party drivers. Third party
Hmm.
drivers. So how do we ensure that our vehicles are safe even with third party drivers? And lastly, what is the way forward? What's the way forward? What's our take
Okay.
home? So how can third party drivers ensure that their vehicles are safe, and what's the way forward
Okay.
generally for car owners?
Thank you so much. So, just as I said, our systems are not winch hunters. So it's not like we are witch hunting people, and it's not that you don't trust them. But I want to bet with you, when you give your vehicle to someone, vehicle is it's not a luxury anymore. It's part of our lifestyle. In fact, there are
Yes.
some places you won't be able to get to. Thank God, would I say thank God for the advent of the disbanding of Okada and all this means of I want to get somewhere in 5 minutes. I've jumped on an Okada. You need a car now. It's not a luxury anymore. And so there
Yes.
are times you will have to give your vehicle to someone. So what we have now is not just car trackers, we have personnel trackers.
Okay.
Now, when I'm driving my car, I know that I'll be the one to repair the faults. I'll be the one to, if there's anything that goes wrong, I'll be the one. So it will be like a new bride. In fact, when you buy a new car, there are some areas you will park and then use leg to go because the roads are so terrible. You wouldn't want your new wife, sorry, I'm using that word,
Yes.
to be damaged. So for such systems from us, we have personnel and vehicle monitoring system. You'll be able to monitor the third parties overspeeding. You'll be able to monitor his harsh cornering, harsh braking. All these things have effect on the lifespan of your vehicle. But the guy just says, oh, brand new Lexus RX 350 from my guy, let me cruise. But you that bought it at say 17 million naira or 16 or 15 or lesser at the Tokumbo value, then you will be able to monitor and do it well. So what you do in such instance when you're giving the vehicle, number one, be careful of who you give a vehicle to.
Yes.
Because these days we have seen brothers selling off their brother's vehicle and forming, I was kidnapped. So we are in a dear time. Know the person you are giving the vehicle to. Be
Yeah.
able to make sure he is traceable and is someone you have seen as a responsible individual. In case it is an emergency and you have no choice than to give to that person, as I said earlier, let technology do the work for you. Technology will show you when you are. For us, our system will give you notifications anyway, so that you know if it's overspeeding, you get the notification at the level which you have set it beforehand. If it has harsh cornering that could have lost, made your vehicle skid off the road, or even have an issue of hitting someone or someone. At the end of the day, one thing I want us to take home from this discourse today: people know your vehicle more than they know you. I hope you are aware of
Yes.
this. The moment I change my vehicle, I will wave to my friend on the same street. He wouldn't wave back. By the time I come down, I will tell him, I will say, I'm not saying that you did there, that your other vehicle, you know. So
Yeah.
your vehicle is you. A man may hit someone with your vehicle and take off. You'll be the one that will be arrested. Let's
True.
be security conscious. Your vehicle is your identity. So if you don't treat it as such, you may end up suffering for another man, the third parties. So I'm not saying you don't give your vehicle to someone, but let it be someone you can trust, that is sane, that has its moral standards, and that will be able to abide with the way things are done the right way. Even when he has issues with your car, let it be someone that will be able to repair if there is a need to do that. Thank you,
Yes.
bro.
Thank you so much, sir. This has been a very interesting time. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
God
most
bless you.
welcome.
God bless you.
Amen, and you,
So
bro.
I'm
You're
sure
most
that
welcome.
everyone would heard from our experts. Like I don't know if you were here during. He's a sales expert and he has given us so much insight. So now you do not have to be among that statistics that will never
That's
show off.
statistics.
Like I mentioned, they will tell you that the statistics is horrible, but there is no
It is
number.
valid.
They will give you percentage. Why? Because police self would not, our security agents, they are not there. They do not have
And Daniel, on that, many Nigerians do not even report the car stolen because of the fact
yes,
that some they've heard many stories of reporting, and at the end of the day, they wasted their money and nothing came from it. So be
exactly.
your own security that we said. And Nigeria, we are bad with statistics. I'm sorry to say that. Thank you.
True. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much,
You're
sir.
most welcome,
It
bro.
was
You're
really,
most
really nice
welcome.
having you here. Thank you
You're
for your
most welcome.
time.
You're most
Okay,
welcome.
thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
everyone. Have a wonderful time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Um, okay, so it's time to award the winners for our quizard. We've been having quizard for the past 1 month. Um, and we have 4 winners. We've had various questions. On some days we had a lot of winners, but the criteria to be a winner is you get a question, the right answer to the question, and you will have a lot of people engage with the question, have your friend like your question, and we just want to have increased engagement. So for the first week, the question was how many parts, schools and boats included, does the average car have? And the answer to the question is 30,000 parts. And the winner for that day is Tomiwa, Tomatonwa. I think I got it. Tomatonwa. That is the winner. I will be in your DM to get your account details so that you can get the prize. Also, for the second week, we had the question says, what is often seen as the smallest unit of memory? A lot of people got that question wrong, and I don't know why, but the answer is kilobytes, and the winner is IK Junior 44. So I'll also be in your DM for your prize. And we also have for the third week, the question is Java a type of OS? And for that day, we have Miss Chidela as the winner. And for last week, we have the question that says, which companies are part of the big three? And we have the answer to the question is General Motors, Fiat Crystal Automobiles, and Ford Mobile Companies. And the winner for that day is Ola Bokum Steven. So I'll be in your DMs. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you for your time. I'm sure that it's been an amazing time. Thank you for all of you that joined. Thank you, Mr. Olainka, for your time. God bless you,
You're
sir.
most
I'm
welcome.
sure
You're
this
most
has
welcome,
been
bro.
a very insightful and wonderful section with everyone. God bless you all. Have a beautiful weekend. Cheers. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you, sir.